Okay, so here's what I've got so far. Everything seems to be working out pretty good. That middle beam is bent from the little bit of work that it did do last year, and of course I will have to be prying that back. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I have capped those ends. I'm going to grind that up a little bit, make it look a little nicer as I go down the, as I work on it. But I've decided to use, instead of the square hollow tubing, I decided to use channel iron because it's thicker here, and I think I can get more surface where I need it with the welder. So maybe it's not, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's what I'm going to use. I think with the two, between the two of them there, I'll probably have as much as what one of those square hollow tubing is, because this is actually thicker. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to weld that the rest of the way on. I've left a hole in the square hollow tubing so that if water gets in there, it doesn't freeze and blow the thing up. And that'll be good. What else will I do to it? Think. I do have to drill a hole in the main pipe, but in the bottom here, let's see, in the bottoms in the corner, you can see I left a hole there so that any water can drain out. And I don't have to worry about the channel iron, but I will be drilling a hole somewhere in the back of that square hollow tubing. So I'm just going to set you guys up here and you can watch me weld this thing. It probably isn't going to be all that entertaining as maybe you would think it should be, but there you go. I'll show you a couple of these welds. I'm going to clean this up a bit. Alright, so that's a continuous weld in there. This is fresh steel, obviously. You can see where I tacked it, so it doesn't look very good, but for the most part, they look okay. I never claimed to be a professional, I just claimed to be able to do stuff. So, with that being done, the next thing is to actually clean all this. I'm getting lightheaded. Is to clean off this paint. I can't have paint on the steel, so I'm going to change over the grinding wheel, that grinding wheel there, to a wire brush wheel that I have, and that ought to get in there and really clean that up nice. So I'm going to do that next, and then we got to figure out how I'm going to hook this thing up and pull it back so I can get that thing welded fast, because those I-beam or those C-channels are very important to be tight against this beam, or it will just continue to do its dirty deeds and continue to break. So that's what's going to happen now. Okay, I know my lighting isn't so good. I'm going to go ahead and turn them lights back on. I turned them off because when I was using the chop saw, the damn thing decided it would blow the breaker. It's like my truckload of hay's coming in. And anyway, here we go. We've got a clean surface here to weld. There, and there. And what I'll do is I'm going to weld it up here, really just kind of tack it up there, get it where it needs to be on either side. And then I'm going to somehow get that thing forced back. I think I got enough, you can't really see, but I'm thinking I got enough room to either, I don't know, I have to figure something out. I'll figure it out, don't worry, I'll get it, don't you worry. Now, I've got it on there, and you're not really going to be able to see it too well, but maybe that way you can see it. And that's just the truss that I've built for that. But right here, there's a good 1/4 inch gap on either side. Now this is 2 inches, these are 2 inches, so I know that that particular piece of steel has, it has bent forward 1/4 of an inch in the center. which throws the wheels off, which causes those tires to wear right the hell out, and we don't want to do that. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and weld these up here on the square hollow tubing side of it, and then I'm thinking that I can make with some threaded rod, I can take a couple pieces of flat iron, drill a couple holes through them, and then just draw it together with a homemade C-clamp, as you might, that's what I would call it anyways, a homemade C-clamp. And that should pull that back in, and I can get this tacked up and welded on, and I think we'll be in business that way. It looks great though. Nice OneLonelyFarmer improvement. So anyhow, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. No, they're around.
Dark one?
The problem is, I don't like them.
Too dark?
Yeah, it's just too much. I can't.
Well,
Like these things here, I can throw them out of the way. And,
I know, those sparks start flying.
and then, that's why I got Paul. Slag. Oh yeah, you did. I'm a smoking. Okay, cool. Burn through.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't believe that burned through, huh?
Yeah, favor the heavy piece.
What's that?
Favor the heavy piece and walk
Well,
over.
they're both the same.
No, I mean the piece, this piece.
It burnt through the thick piece.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this thing is pretty much completed. Excuse me, I just ate my lunch, and it's like 5 o'clock. Anyway, yeah, that's the whole new piece. I painted it New Holland red, which is pretty close to the H&S color. Pretty close. I don't know that it's super close, but it looks pretty good. I did bend this pipe here. You can see a little bit, this tubing, when I put the jack on it. Me and Carl were cranking on that thing. But as you can see, what I did down here was I actually had this piece here as was left over from when you bought a New Holland pull-behind disc bind, a 1411 or 1412 disc bind. These were the lockouts for the hydraulic cylinder for delivery, and they always took those things, at least the company I bought them off of, they always took these and put them in the toolbox. And I had 3 sets of them because I had bought 3 of those things over the years. And, you know, what I did was I welded a plate there to keep it from stretching out, and then we put that pin in there through the hole because it was perfect size. Then, of course, I tapered and ground it to make it look like it was almost, yeah, factory. The thing actually does look factory. I mean, it really doesn't look like it's something I added or farmer added, as they say, because, well, let's face it, I took my time and I did it probably the right way. I'll call this thing a, yeah, not a bridge, but a, yeah, what the hell? I can't remember the word I wanted to use. Oh, come on, Wesley, what's wrong with you? I'm kind of tired. Been a long day, long couple of days, or a long few days. God, why in the hell, for the life of me, I can't remember what the hell I want to call that thing. But anyways, let's just call it a bridge or a truss. A truss. And I didn't want the truss to look like it was just squared off and, you know, where the corners could rust and stuff. So I actually angled them, gave them a nice angled finish, even though nothing else on this thing has an angle to it. I just thought that it would, you know, finish it up, make it look really quite nice, you know, that way anyhow. So I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out, and I'm hoping you can see just it has taken up the bow in the center. It has fixed that, so yeah, and you can really see the dent from where I jacked on it, because this is only 1/8" steel. I really didn't need anything super heavy duty for that, because honestly, if they would have used just like a 1/4" square hollow tubing, 1/4" thick square hollow tubing, we wouldn't be doing this. But the fact of the matter is, it's only like 1/8 inch thick, and it's really kind of toilet papery and cheesy. So, what can I say? Yeah, it's fixed. Somebody's coming in here. Is that Tim? Could be Tim. I don't know. I don't know who that is. Well, we're going to find out, I guess. But anyways, yeah, it's toilet papery and cheesy, but now it's all good to go. Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, so hopefully this works out really well. And I can, you know, I'm going to put this exact same thing on the other one. So it should go a little bit easier, the next one, because it's always, let's face it, it's always easier to put a second, you know, put another one together. And I'm sure that this thing will last me a lot longer this way than it did, you know, the way it was before. So maybe H&S will see this video that I'm going to post and put it up and do a repair on it. You know, maybe an upgrade or some different version of this. I mean, I guess I could have done it better. I could have taken this here off, and I didn't weld it to it, but I could have taken that off of there and welded it to the back of this thing and had the kicker wheel back just a little bit farther, and then everything would function the way it was supposed to, you know, as an H&S Action Rake with that on. But you know what? Hey, I'm never going to use that kicker wheel, and I'm probably going to wear this machine out. You know, it'll be completely worn out before I get rid of it, and it'll go out of here as a chunk of scrap. You know, but there's always a lot of good parts that you can use off of these things when you're done. And because I have 2 of them, if I trash one, I can always use parts for another one. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more.